Hello there.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Star Wars Coffee. It's truly a blessing to have you watching here today. If you're a daily coffee drinker, welcome back. But if you're new to the channel, I would like to encourage you to subscribe. We have a great community of fans here at Star Wars Coffee. They're always very supportive of one another and of my efforts, and that is something that I truly appreciate, telling me to put my health before content. And I really do appreciate that, and I do my best to respond to the comments. So if that sounds like something you'd like to have, is me responding to your ideas or your thoughts on a video, this is the place for you. But with that being said, let's get into today's video. In today's video, what I wanted to do is talk about why Rey's parents are a big deal. And most fans at this point have kind of lost interest in it due to the way that it was handled in The Last Jedi, with Rey going into the cave and just ended up seeing a reflection of herself rather than her actual parents, and that really kind of put the flame out, so to say, for a lot of fans. But Daisy did say in a recent interview that we will get closure on her parents and that portion of her story arc in Rise of the Skywalker. And so what I wanted to do in today's video is talk about why we should still care about it and why Rey's parents are still a big deal going into episode 9. And the main reason, and I put a video about this maybe a week ago or so, where I posted why George Lucas explained the Force in an interview that he had. And in that interview, if you go and watch it, you can check it out on the channel, he said that Star Wars is about family. And if Star Wars is about family, then this trilogy should be about family. Because if you take the first 6 movies and don't have it revolve around family, then it's just a collection of films, kind of like James Bond. It's just a collection of films revolving around one character. But with Star Wars, it's different. It's unique. It's because it takes family and weaves it into stories where each story builds upon the last. And if you take those first 6 movies and then you wait 30 years in terms of the canon timeline, what we're going to have is the same universe where all of these events had happened. It's not like you can kind of start from scratch with a new story arc every so often like they do kind of like with reboots of superheroes and comics and everything like that. This builds off each other. So the fact that story is what Star Wars is about, according to George Lucas, mind you, then that's what this trilogy should be about too. And it seems like this was kind of realized after The Last Jedi, where JJ would have to rewrite some of the script and edit the film on location to make sure that it was unifying. So what we get is Rey's parents. We're going to get a closure to the story arc. And what this will hopefully do, I don't really care at this point, although I'd like to see it still, is Rey being a Skywalker. Because it's the Skywalker trilogy, Disney refers to it as the Skywalker trilogy. They're using in their marketing for this movie that this is the last film in the Skywalker family saga. I don't know how. I mean, it's kind of laughable at this point how they still use in marketing Skywalker family saga, yet these last 2 movies hasn't really indicated that it's about the Skywalker family saga. I mean, granted, some can make the argument that, yeah, it is because we still have Leia and we still have Kylo Ren, yeah, but Leia has been a minor player, to be generous, in this trilogy so far, and the only reason Kylo Ren is relevant is because he killed Han in The Force Awakens. So it's really, this trilogy is more of a solo trilogy than anything, if you're gonna go in terms of the family arc, because Luke wasn't in 7 until the last 45 seconds of the movie, where he just stood there, turned around, removed his hood. And in 8, he ended up being the ultimate hero that was needed. So it would only make sense for, in 9, for that to come back in some way, which we know Mark's gonna be in the movie, considering that Leia is gone in real life and they're having to use The Force Awakens footage to fit that in. Another reason why JJ had to edit on set and rewrite some of the script. So if you really want to make it a unifying story about family, you're gonna have to have Rey be a Skywalker, or related at the very, very least, and I'm not in favor of this, because then it really wouldn't be a Skywalker for the same reason about the Solo thing I just explained. Be related to some character that we've come to know, that we've come to love, Kenobi, Skywalker. I mean, I'd settle for Solo at this point, but really Skywalker has to be the big thing, and that's why it matters. This is why Rey's parents are still a big deal, because it's about family. The Star Wars saga, the story, is all about family. George Lucas said so. Hopefully Kathleen Kennedy isn't arrogant enough and money hungry enough to just completely drop that storyline to go for whatever the modern contemporary viewer wants, and they keep this true to the story so that us diehard fans can actually have it. Yeah, Star Wars is something that goes through generations, but most people just go see it and then they move on. We, like myself here at Star Wars Coffee, we analyze these films, we go over these films. We have built a community here at the channel where we talk about these films, and so that's why it needs to be about family. This is why Rey needs to be related to a main character, preferably Skywalker, with the last name Skywalker, where it will be Rey Skywalker in the ending credits of this film. And that is why it is important. Because it's about family, George Lucas has said it was about family. That does it for me here in this episode of Star Wars Coffee. Thank you for watching. If you like what you saw and you want some more from Star Wars Coffee, you can go ahead and follow the channel on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at SW Coffee YouTube. Have some other big things in the pipeline, so be sure to subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up if you're excited for those things and enjoyed this video. That does it for me here in this one. Once again, it's a blessing to have you support the channel and watch this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. May the Force be with you.